Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? I hope you are all well. I'm back. I am still alive. For better or worse. Guitar and Witty, how are you all doing? Chloe, I hope you are all well. Hey, Erwin. Right, now I've got to remember exactly where the hell I was and what I was doing. I think I was on a little bit before I started streams to try and come up with some, to kind of figure out exactly where I was. I'm still not 100% sure, but I think I know. I know we were working towards this, though, the Tier 7 microminers. On your chair, yes, I am definitely there. That is true. We had just made this before I abruptly ended the stream. I have switched it over. We did have a, initially have a converter here, but I decided to switch this over to just using peer-to-peers instead to charge these because it was taking way too long otherwise. But those are now charged, and we were making those so we could make the Sculpt cores, which are cryolobus ingots, tungsten carbide, and Sculpt catalysts. I don't know exactly how this thing works. We never got around to figuring that out, but that's what we were working on. Anyway, how's everyone else doing? How was everyone's weekend? And again, I apologize for not being here for the last week. Or almost a week. It's not been it wasn't a good, hasn't been a good week. But hopefully you are all well, and hopefully you all had a good weekend. Honestly, I'm in pretty much exactly the same place I was before I stopped. My head's a little bit clearer. Otherwise, I'm pretty much in the exact same place. Like, nothing has really changed, unfortunately. Anyway, right, let's just go and see if we can manually at least do one of these. What are they called again? Sculpt cores. I will go through like what's been happening in a brief kind of description of it at least for anyone who is unaware. I'm not going to discuss it though. Like that didn't go overly well when we tried that last time I streamed, and that's why I ended up ending the stream. So I'm not going to kind of discuss the situation, but I will let people know roughly what's been going on. I want to get back into the swing of things with this, with the actual Minecraft first, though. Right. Let's see. It says we can't manually put things into here, but I think that means we can't. Oh, it says we can't place things directly into here, but I think that just means in terms of like automation. We can't kind of put an interface or a pattern provided directly against this. I think that's what all it's saying. But aha. Okay. Have I got the recipe wrong, or aha. I don't care about automating. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. I think I get it. I think hold on. That was incredibly quick though. Right, so if we grab our cryolobus ingots and those, I think we need to save this. Okay, we don't need to save it. It's saved there already, apparently. Anyway, we have Sculpt cores, is the main thing. That was what we were trying to get last time. And then with those, we need those to make the Mesol energy cores, which I'm assuming we can just make a recipe for these. All right, so do I don't think I have recipes for the Anori or Palace yet, do I? Oh, certainly not empowered variants of them. Ah, okay, so we need to do this as well. I think didn't I briefly set this up? Didn't I set this up somewhere? I could have sworn I had. I could have sworn I'd set that up somewhere. Because I know we've made empowered things already. This is what happens when you have a few days away. You forget everything that you've done. I could have sworn I had that set up somewhere, though. I don't know what I've got that there still for, by the way. That's just been there for ages, and I haven't touched it in ages. I don't. It's not going to be over there. I would have thought if we had it set up anywhere, it would have been in here, but we do not have it set up in here. So where is it? Or did I just imagine the fact that we needed that? Because I could have sworn we needed some empowered stuff. Yeah, we've got empowered Restonia plate, crystal plates, which means we must have empowered Restonia. And in order to make empowered Restonia, the only way we can do it is with the combination crafting. Except for this, which you need UHV for, and we're not quite there yet. So where did I put this? How far into the pack am I? We're at the very end of late game stuff here. We're kind of just at the kind of, I guess, like late mid end of late game, and then we've still got all this lot to do. Yeah, but we're pretty far into it. I really want to know where I put those combination crafter. That combination crafter, because I've clearly made one, and I have no clue where it is. Or what I might... Oh, there it is. Aha. I knew I had one. Right, we're going to have to automate this, though, so... Let's move it. Not your style? No, it's definitely very, very tech-heavy. To say the least. I know you very much like your building. Fits the theme though? It does. This is true. Right, so can we make an automated... We can make a combination package crafter. Okay. This is something that we are going to need. If we want to automate this, which we do. So we need crystal teen catalysts and endist stars. Can we make these? Yes to those. And the endist stars didn't look too bad. Yeah, the endist stars are fine. Oh, wrong thing. We are rapidly running out of space. Currently working on making a small river creek path now in Enshrouded. Prepping for the water. Wait, what's the water update? What does the water update entail? I did see there was a new update coming, but I haven't looked at it at all. You know what? I never even noticed there wasn't water in it before. I've not played like a huge amount of it, but I honestly wait. No, there's areas with water, isn't there? I thought there was like a swampy kind of area. I vaguely remember going to a somewhat swampy kind of area, or am I thinking of something else? Now I'm really confused. Ah, that makes sense. Right, I think we need the marked pedestals as well, don't we? We're going to need 4 elite components. So not water. Certainly not usable water, like in the sense we have in like Minecraft or like other survival games, I guess. You want to drink it? No. Probably best not to. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how this works. I think I need the packager and unpackager as well with this. Have to put those down. Currently usable marked pedestals 4. Perfect. Okay. Wait, no, we only need to power that, don't we? So if we make a packager and an unpackager. Put the unpackager there, packager there. Do I have a framed slab? Yes, so let's remove that for now. I'll replace it with a slab so we can still get to that. I've already got to stop putting my little holes that I can get in and into and out of. Ah, that does not seem to power that. So do I need to power that as well? Because with everything else, power gets transferred through the ME system. Like, these get powered via the ME system through just the state of being connected to those. I am guessing we need to have actual power on that as well. This morning you started to remember bits of a dream you had. It was like an epiphany. I went, oh wait, we can make the sand. Just use the mechanics we have in Minecraft to make it. Hang on. You carved out a small pond area yesterday. I'm obsessing with adding in the sand there. But the sand we have now is very orangey and didn't look good. This morning. Right. So I'm guessing we're going to need a peer-to-peer then. I don't know what we need in terms of, like, powering this. That would have been possible. It would be nice. It would be nice if a lot of the mechanics in Minecraft were in real life, wouldn't it? Just have random giant floating bits of rock everywhere. And ender chests. Ender chests would be nice. And shulker boxes. Not so much creepers, though. Creepers in real life would be horrible. Not sure I'd want those. I mean, I feel like that would be a lot more devastating. Right, can I bring power through that? Yes. Right, if we put... Let's just do IV output for now. Yeah, we can power it like that. Let's cover that. Yeah, still got the 4 marked usable pedestals. Right, so... All or nothing. I'd take nothing. If I had to take creepers with the deal, I would take nothing. I'd rather, like, I've survived this long without a lot of the stuff I would like to have. I'll survive a little bit longer if it means no creepers. All right. Okay, so these, we have to do them with... This is going to be a little bit weird. Creepers are a bit too suicidal for safety. Exactly. With the kamikaze bushes is what they are. These are going to be a little bit of a pain to do because all of these require, like, filled cells. Endermen are a bit too paranoid. Yeah, they really don't like being looked at, do they? Right. We may as well get all of these recipes done now. But the difficult bits on all of these are going to be, like, the fluid cells. Oh, do I even have oil stored? You know what? I don't even know if I have oil stored anywhere in our ME system. I do not have any oil stored in our ME system. Do I have a way of fixing that? In an auto crafting table. Yeah, if you're... I take it you mean these ones. Yeah, basically all you need to do, like, each one of these slots is a recipe slot. So basically you just have a different recipe in each of these. You can have up to, what is it, 19 or 20, I guess, recipes. And then just save a different one in each slot, save it, and then put it into the thing, and then all of them will be available. Does that make sense? But yeah, you should be able to, yeah. So like, I've got 2 in there. I've got the ones for the reinforced mining laser and the titanium plated micro miner. And in that we've got a couple of different ones as well. So yeah, it's just like a case of you don't have to. I think you can use lower tier recipe like tables from this recipes from this table in this table. I don't think it matters which one you use. So you could do it. I just like having different ones to kind of separate things out a little bit more. But it does. I think you can have them all in one. Right, I need to store oil. So how on earth am I going to do that? Oh, we've got more than enough. We're producing more than enough oil here. I just need to be able to kind of siphon some of it off into the ME system. I've also got to remember that I'm not playing in my All the Mods 9 world where I have almost infinite of everything. I have to be a little bit more frugal with my resources. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can fit multiple. You can fit up to 20 in one table. Right. Oil. It's just called oil, right? Okay, so if we just siphon off a little bit of this... Gone too far. If we just siphon off a little bit of the oil... how do we want to do that? We just use an interface. That should connect there, right? Yeah. So I don't think we need to store much of this, like literally just a few buckets. I don't know why I made a 16k drive for it, honestly, but we just need to store a little bit. So if we use a laser, I don't know if I can pull directly from there or not, or whether I have to pull from that side. Right, let's grab that. Grab the emitter. Stick that on there. Give that a redstone card. And if we say... We'll just keep, say, 256 buckets. And then that will need to have a high redstone signal.
It's a 32-pod champ.
Larvae with the 32 months, and I forgot to start the overlay again. There we go, that's better. Larvae, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for the 36 months, 32 months in a row. How you doing, Larvae? How is things? Obviously haven't got you in this month. I cannot for the life of me remember what your IGN is. I want to say it's love. I'll know it when I say it. There we go. There you are. It's starting to get laggy in this world now. There we go. But thank you so much, Larvae. I appreciate it. It really is getting laggy in this world now. Some prick has the larvae. I had the same thing with my IGN. Yeah, that won't actually work. Okay, so we set it to go from the east face. There we go, that's better. So that should stop at around about 128, sorry, 256 buckets. I would like to make sure that works. Close enough. Where's my... There we go. Concrete. Perfect. Alright, there we go. We got oil. But yeah, I had the same thing for a while. I had to have underscore Chicheva underscore as my IGN. And then somebody pointed out to me that just Chicheva had become available. So I had to kind of grab that as fast as I could. Right, okay, so we need to look at how we can make these. General gist being, I'm assuming that we can fill these in a... I'm assuming that we can fill these in a canner. We might need to make a another extruder input. Right, that's working as a canner. I can't test that, can I? Fuck. I do have an HV canner here. Hold on. Wait, do I have a canner on here anywhere? No. Do now. Right, so if we put... Okay, so that will fill it. And then we can unfill them again if we need to as well. Right, okay, so let's just test that first of all. Also, I'm assuming that the containers get used up when making the empowered blocks. I think you got it in the quest book now. Let's work on it after I get that pesky iridium. Yeah, the plat line's fun. Right, okay, so fluid cells. I guess we just want to... Do we do this in the bender, or do we do it in the extruder? I feel like the extruder might be a better way to go. I don't have any of the things I need here. Still don't have any of the things I need.
I
Where
see.
is the regular steel
Right
plates?
away,
Okay.
you yellow bastard!
All right, no worries, Larvae. Thank you again for the resub, man. I appreciate it. Do I not have any wire cutters anywhere? I could have sworn I had wire cutters. I know I got these ones. Right, and we need that. The next thing is, do we have space to put this on the extruder? Provided it will let me do this. Yes. Perfect. Okay. This literally just has one pattern going into it. Where is that? All right, so we need... If we just do this with... Oh, we're going to need to do one with glass dust as well, aren't we, for the empty vials? Which means we're also going to need a recipe for glass dust as well, which I guess we're just going to want to macerate glass. Surprised I don't have one of those already, actually. Yeah, so that should go into there, and then we do it with... Do I have PBI ingots? Oh, no, I do have PBI ingots. Why was that not showing up as in blue, though? That's undistinct. Buses. There we go. That's working. All right, let's try the vials as well. Yeah, perfect. Okay, those are working. Right, let's try and see if we can get a recipe for the water cell. I don't want a bucket of water, though. I want actual water. So 1 bucket of water. And an empty cell.
Wow, so I unsubbed to try and get the rebate. And what do you know, I got a massive rebate from it. Money saved.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by unsub together rebates. But I'm glad you saved money either way. Deadman, thank you so much. 31 months. Oh, September. I got you. Oh, and sub tier 1 for 6 months in advance. That's where that came from. Thank you so much. I honestly didn't pay much attention to September this month. The Septembers have been a little underwhelming recently in terms of like what you actually get for them as kind of consumers. But that's not bad. But Deadman, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can we get some more love and hearts in the chat? Deadman, what's your IGN again? I am terrible and once again cannot remember. I feel like there you are. I feel like I know it when I see you. But there you go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We're going to have to put you in as the OG Deadman because otherwise it does not fit on. Or we can do it that way. And I remember I got the right amount of ease this time as well. I didn't miss one. Keep being disappointed that only new subs get rebates, so people have to do tricks like Deadman did. Yeah, that's the thing that I don't like about it as well. It just seems a little... It's like, it's not kind of rewarding people for continued support. It's just rewarding new supporters. And it's like, it's nice to incentivize new people. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work somehow. Yeah, it's nice to incentivize new people to subscribe. But it's not great for the people who are already subbed. Hey, Becky. How you doing? Yeah, somebody mentioned that this wasn't working. I might have to try and do this in a single block one. I guess we may as well make another, just an elite canner. I don't even know if the single block one's going to be any different. Hurry up at a later date due to financial stuff. Honestly, if you've got financial worries, make sure you take care of you first, dead man. That is the more important bit. Make sure that you are taken care of first. All right, we need that. Tier 3 is bloody expensive. Barney, how are you doing? Not great, recovering slowly at least. You're home though. Back in next week for an op, however. Southampton this time, how am I? I'm doing okay. I am doing okay. All right. Let's see if you will work in a single block one. Yeah, it works in a single block, but won't in the multi-block. You're awake. I mean, that's always a good sign. I mean, and you, well, okay, not always a good sign. Sometimes you actually do want to be sleeping. Apparently it's good for you. Right, so we need helium gas. Wait, is it helium gas? Yeah. I love the idea of a helium gas fluid cell. Makes perfect sense, right? Oh, wait, I need to rename the camera over here. No, they don't lie. Trust me, the sleep is definitely good. Anyone who tries to tell you differently is lying. It's just hard to come by, that's all. Right, nitrogen dioxide. And then argon. I'm assuming it's argon gas. And I'm just going to kind of go ahead and assume that this will work the same with the vial. Let's see. All right. Sulfuric acid. Yes, it does. Perfect. Okay, good. Sat down in your chair in the living room, fell asleep for 2 hours. Must have needed it. Yeah, if you're falling asleep in your chair, you probably do need it. Just make cooing sounds to get the bread to go here instead of having to go to the store and get it. I mean, you can you not get delivery, like kind of grocery deliveries where you are, Guitar Lil, or is it too much of a pain in the ass? Or are you like me and you like to be able to see what you're buying? Right, sapphires are going to be the one thing that we are going to be very much short on here. And I've just realized that is not going to do what we need. Doesn't need to go in there. Right, so things that we may not have or may not have access to. Sapphires, we need to make sure we've got plenty of. Red alloy is fine. Almandine, fuck knows with that. Ah, yeah, that's fair. Appetite, end steel is fine. That was for block. That was a nori. Void, we need black quartz. Dark steel is fine. Diamantine, I think all of that's fine already. And emeradic, we need stabilized uranium. Okay, so those are the things we need to make sure we have. Sapphire, we've got 532, but that's not a huge amount. Really. I think we can get more if we put the flawless and the exquisite sapphires into. Do we need to put them into the cutter basically? We can get some more of those. I don't know how much of these how many of these we need later on. Almandine, we don't have. I'm pretty sure. Okay, we've got more than I thought. We've got 2 almandine crystals, but we can get more out of that. We'll have to make sure. Oh, and we've got 35,000 crushed almandine as well. Okay, we should be fine for that. We just need to make sure we send the purified stuff. I'm assuming we can send the purified off to a sift off. And that will probably be our best bet for that. Appetite. Still haven't got a lot of, but we have got quite a lot of appetite dust and appetite ore. With the appetite dust, can we take that and autoclave it? We can. Might be worth setting up an autoclave for those then. Tea time for you. I'm off. Torch. All right, no worries, dead man. Enjoy the food. The voice just told you that sleep is for the weak. Yeah, that's usually when anyone says that. Anyone who says that is somebody who gets sleep and has sleep when they need it. Okay, one way or another, we are going to need black quartz. We're going to need an autoclave. Okay. As well as getting more sapphire. Where can we get more sapphire? Okay, there is a microminer mission, which I would rather not do. I think I'd rather just go out and find a sapphire vein. Yeah, that's not enough, Barney. Do you have at least a relatively quiet day today, or like can you relax a little bit? All right, so almandine, appetite. How do we get black quartz? Electrolyzing quartzite dust, which means we need quartzite dust, which we do not have. You got this week off. Okay, so not too bad then. Right, I need to go and find where I left my miner. I think it was on Mercury. Yeah. Are you done? Nope, you're still going. Okay, right. How much have you got left to do? Okay, quite a lot. And I would like that to keep going as well. Okay, we'll worry about getting these in mass quantities later. For right now, we'll just go and process some almandine, I guess. Which means that's not where that's going to need to go, is it? It's over here. So if we put that through there. Right, so what can we get out of this? What do we need to make storage for? So, exquisite, flawless, regular almandine, and purified stuff. Okay. Right, so I'm pretty sure I haven't got any of these yet. I should probably double check though. Nope, nothing yet. Okay. That's exquisite, flawless. And just almandine itself. I have no idea what this stuff is. I've never, outside of Greg Tech, I've never heard of almandine before. I have no doubt it's a real thing. I've just never heard of it. Right. Purified pile of almandine dust. Right, so if we do that, I'm going to take just a bunch of this for now, and then we'll just see how much we get out of whatever we have in here. Will you let me put all of it in? Nope, apparently not. Can I do it in there? I can do it in there. Alright, so that should give us some of the almandine. What else do we need? Appetite and sapphire. We still need an autoclave, really, don't we? I don't know if it's worth making a... Wait, hang on. I should already have an autoclave. Yeah, we have. Do I have distilled water in there? Where is my autoclave? I think... Is this it? Nope. Is this the autoclave? That's a chemical bath. That's an extractor. Wait, is this the... Yeah, that is the autoclave. Oh, and we've got it as a dual import hatch. Okay, cool. All right. So, we should be able to do any of the recipes that we want to do this with. We should be able to autoclave them. So, things like the appetite, we should be able to put into an autoclave with a little bit of distilled water. And we should be fine. So if we just wanted, say, another 64 of those. That does appear to be working. Perfect. Hey, Life. How you doing? So that's autoclave. That's, appetite sorted. Sapphire. We can't autoclave sapphire. We are going to have to go out and find more sapphire ore. I'm not sure about the almandine either. I wonder if we'd be better off just like processing this all the way through and then... Oh, we can't autoclave anyway. We'd need the implosion compressor if we wanted to do... get the crystals out of the dust for that. Same with the sapphire. So sapphire, we are going to need to put more sapphire through. Black quartz, we don't have any of at all yet. But for that, we're going to need to make black quartz dust, which means we're going to need quartzite dust. Quartzite dust we can get from, I'm assuming, quartzite ore, which we do not have a huge amount of. Doing right, just making some coffee to get your brain up and running. Oh, hopefully it works. What are you processing right now? Oh, I don't think you're processing anything right now, are you? A little bit of everything. Right, Certus quartz we know we have storage for, so that can just get put straight back in there. And then we need quartzite dust. Certus quartz dust we know we already have storage for as well. So that can go straight in there. Quartzite I'm pretty sure we don't have though. It is indeed me again, yes. Yeah, I haven't streamed for the last week or so. I think it's been just under a week, I think. How you doing, Zodo? Right, and you can store the quartzite dust as well. Which we are now starting to get quite a lot of. Right, are you not... Oh, okay, you are able to store the barite dust. We're just not at the time. Okay. How are we doing for berkelium now? It's slowly going up. Okay, we need quartzite dust in order to make black quartz dust. So, do I have an electrolyzer set up? I don't actually have an electrolyzer. I don't think we need a lot of black quartz, though. It might be worth just making a single block electrolyzer for this. So like, there's barely anything that we need an electrolyzer for that we're not passiving. Peer-to-peer. We need pattern provider as well. If we do need more stuff to electrolyze more stuff, we can always make a multi-block. But right now, though, I think this should be fine. Okay, and then we just need a recipe for black quartz dust. Which can go in there. It's quite slow, though. At least the IV one is. Okay. And then we need to do a recipe for this. I think I might upgrade that to a higher tier electrolyzer. How much of a pain would an LUV electrolyzer be? Not a pain at all, in fact. So let's use... So let's use that. Oh, did I, No, I didn't use the universal circuits. Wait, how come you were not able to drink it before, Life? Oh, you're already... Okay, right. I'll make that a little quicker at least. Not that we need it ridiculously quickly or anything, but... The only downside with it is it now doesn't match the rest of the machines. I'm not upgrading the rest of the machines to match. Maybe later, if we need to. Okay. Let's see if we can make actual black quartz now. You gonna work? You are. Perfect. Okay. That's black quartz sorted. How's the almandine getting on? Okay, we've got a little bit there. And we have got plenty of other ore to process. The sapphire is still a bit of an issue, though. We've only got like 650 of those. We can get quite a bit more, but not a huge amount. I'll still be here when you get back, Guitar Lund, at least more than likely. Stabilized uranium. Pretty sure we've already got a fluid solidifier for that. What do we have that we can get rid of? Can we use the uranium-235 and break that and extract that? Yeah, okay, good. We got plenty of uranium-235, so we do that recipe, and then we do that. We're running out of space in our extractor. All right, now if we request one of those, hopefully it shouldn't take long. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that should be everything we need for all of these now. Went too far. That's what we need. Hopefully, we'll just do... We'll put all the recipes in straight away, I guess. And if they don't work, we'll figure out what to do with them afterwards. Figure out why it's working or not working afterwards. I think we should be fine. Oh, I guess we'll find out in a moment. Let's put that away. Put that away. Right, what do we actually need at the moment? Empowered Palace and Empowered Anori. Is it going to work? That'll be a yes. Ah, so we haven't got the Anori crystal blocks. Okay. Oh, in fact, I haven't got half of them here. We've got Palace, Anori, Restonia, and Diamantine. So what are we still missing? Emeradic. So we got Diamantine, Emeradic, and Void. Oh, the two that we're still missing. All right, that should be everything. Hey, Nick, how you doing? How's progress? You got to endgame yesterday? Nice. Progress has been alright. We've only been live for wait, how long have I been live for? An hour, and I haven't streamed since last Monday, I think. So we've not got too far, but we are in the process of working on getting the Misol energy cores. So we're just getting all of the various empowered blocks craftable. Which was Empowered Void we needed, right? Oh, no, Empowered Anori, sorry. There we go. All right, so those are working. We are... Since we do need the actual Anori crystals, we are going to want to make a recipe for turning the blocks into those. And then we just need a recipe for this, which is no circuit and can go into a dual hatch. Which will be that one. So if we just go for... Oh, yeah, we haven't got the sculpt cores automated yet, have we? Okay, right, we'll have to get that done as well. If I remember rightly, it said we can automate this if we have a barrel on top of here. And then we probably just need to feed items into the barrel. But then we're also going to need to be able to pull items from here, right? Hold on. Let's just test this out, right? It's 4 of those. We've got 16 Cryolobus and 16 Tungsten Carbide. I've never used the network switch, so I'm not sure. Okay, that's not working how I envisioned it. Hold on. Right. It's automated in a similar fashion to auto crafting tables. Every sculk charge comes with 3 recipe slots in the top right corner. To configure a recipe, the crafting grid must be filled with the recipe you wish to automate, and then save to the table by shift left clicking one of those recipe slots. Save recipes must then be selected with a left click to indicate that the recipe should be crafted. Only one recipe can be selected at a time. Lastly, place a regular barrel atop of the table. The sculk charger cannot be inserted to and can only pull items from an inventory. At this point, you can put ingredients in the inventory and supply RF power to both the sculk charger and a sculk pylon nearby to begin automated charging. Okay, so that I'm doing it the right way, but it's just not pulling the items. Right, so if I do that, there we go. Only it's not crafting.
I see. Running away, eh? You yellow bastard!
All right, no worries, quiet. Yeah, I know. We're gonna need. Something I'm gonna need to look at later, but I'm worrying about it later when I need to worry about it rather than looking at it now. This is being annoying. Right. So I can store that. But then I store it, and then it doesn't actually... What the fuck? How are you supposed to do this? It is really not made overly clear. It's certainly not very intuitive. So we can store that recipe, right? If we put items in there, it'll pull those items in, but it won't actually craft the recipe. Oh, now it's crafting it. Okay. I have to change off that recipe and then back onto it again for it to work. Okay. How am I making hydrogen? With, at the minute, I think it's sodium. Is it sodium hydroxide I was using? A loop with this? Yeah, sodium hydroxide loop. But basically, sodium hydroxides, 3 sodium hydroxide turn into 1 sodium with oxygen, 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. And sodium can then get... Where are we? Was it sodium hydroxide? There was a loop where you could... you can do that, Sodo. It's just incredibly slow. Not down there. Where are my passive things? They're down here. But basically, yeah, you use sodium, combining sodium water in a chemical reactor. Turns into sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide turns into oxygen and hydrogen. It's basically the same process as just electrolyzing water. It just does it a lot quicker. Or at least a little bit quicker. I do need to expand this soon, though. It's one of the many things on my to-do list. All right. Let's see if we can get this working. We don't really need this for much, so if we do that, and then put an import bus on here. Will this work? Yes, it will. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to just order those, and it might take a minute, potentially, but hopefully not too long. There we go. Our first Mesol energy cores, or Mesol. I don't know how you pronounce that, but we've got our first ones. And then from those, we need to turn those into bathyal energy cores, which I think, I'm pretty sure I have an LUV energy hatch on my assembler. I think I've got a ZPM one, actually. Oh, no, I've got a 4-amp ZPM. We're fine. All right, so the bathyal energy cores. That's going to have to go into the dual hatch as well. We're going to need to make a recipe for the diamantine crystals as well. We just grab our first one of those. Or first two of those, rather. There we go. Bathyal energy core is done. We are probably going to need considerably larger amounts of those in the future. Right. So we need to make the tier... it's the tier 7 miner we're doing. This is what our whole point of today was to get this done. We are going to just craft this manually. I am going to need a better crafting table, though. Can I make... We need at least this, which means we're going to need... Actually, we can just make this one, I think. Should be fine. That should be easy enough. We just need to be able to make the elite crafting table. I should probably make a recipe for the elite crafting table, actually. Just in case. I don't want to craft it. I want to... Oh, it's in the wrong thing. I was saying, I don't want to craft it. I want to put it in the frickin' thing. I'll put you in there and you in there. Are you going to work? No, because we're missing blocks of aluminium. There we go. All right. How much longer till we have to make more PAM providers? Not long. We are rapidly running out of space. Right, now are you going to work? Yeah. Can we make the recipe for the other one as well? Do we need to, really? Probably not, but we're going to do it anyway. I have a feeling there is going to be stuff we're going to be missing here. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, you can go in there. You can go in there. Yeah, ultimate catalysts. I've had a feeling we were going to be missing those. And the ultimate catalysts as well. Wait. Do I have two? Did I just make the wrong thing? No. We just need the ultimate ones as well. Means we also need those, and we also need those. I'm trying not to add on to these until it's full. Just because if I did that, they're going to end up being spaced out weirdly, and I'd rather just wait until they're all full and then just hide ones that are full. I should probably do that anyway. Let's make sure this actually works first, though. It did. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that should hide all of the excess pan providers. Yeah, that's all we got left, slot-wise. We have to make more. All right, we have our ultimate crafting table. Fantastic. Okay, right. That was easy enough. Would you? I wish you'd store this actual recipe. Right, we need 4 supercharged laser arrays. Two advanced microminer guidance systems. A whole lot of double cryolobus plates. A dischargement core. Okay, interesting. So I've got 4 of those, 2 of those. Where do these go exactly? There and there. Right, double cryolobus plates. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 30. I think 33, assuming it's mirrored. I need 31 more of those. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 double naquita plates. Which didn't think we'd have the recipe for those. I'm assuming they are all just double naquita and there's no, like, enriched naquita. No. Doesn't look like it. Those, thankfully, are nice and easy. All right. I kind of wish you could put like a ghost of this recipe into the into here, so you can place things as you go. I feel like they're there and there. Yeah. Then we're just waiting on the cryolobus. Although, what's taking the time with that? I think it's just going to be cooling. Yeah, this thing's not fast enough. I feel like we'd actually be better off with a bunch of smaller ones. Why not use package crafter? Because I'm making one of them. I'm literally just making one of these for now, at least. If we need more, well, if we do start to need more of them, but like if I'm just crafting one of something, I'd rather just do it manually. There's no point in setting up automation for something that you're going to need once. Right, I have a feeling those are in the wrong place, but... Right, Enderium Microminer Energy Cores. I feel like we've got those already. Yeah. Plus, this actually gives me something to do. Like, rather than just spending the entire time in a crafting table, this actually adds a little bit more interest to what I'm doing, rather than just clicking a button and then that's it. Right, we do need warp engines, though. These are going to be something we aren't going to have half the stuff for, I think. Like I say, like if I end up needing something a lot more later on, I will at that point set up automation for it. So if we just need one, just doesn't seem worth it. All right. There's 5 there, and where are the other? Oh, am I one short? I was. There we go. All right. So we should have 3 of those. Right. So all we need now is the dischargement core, which means we need another Mesol energy core, which we already have. Data stick. I think we've got a scanner down here still. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Right, so that will... wait, what was that? What were we doing there? That was the dischargement core we were doing, wasn't it? So everything here looks like it is doable. Doing the best I can. That's all we can really do. Am I doing? Like you, doing the best I can. Where are we? I was on the right side anyway, wasn't I? Right. Are you going to craft? Is the question. I also need to relook at these and make sure that we're not going to run into any issues with recipes getting pushed in that shouldn't be. Which might mean that we have to use separate... it might mean that we have to use separate pan providers for each of them, rather than using a pan peer-to-peer. All right, I don't know if you're crafting or not. You are, okay. I got a dischargement core. Warp engines need a quantum ring. Another data stick. I'm guessing I'm going to need another one for the LUV field generators as well. Oh, wait, we've already got the LUV field generators craftable. Never mind. What have I used those for, then? I don't know, but how many do we need? 2. What the hell have I used the LUV field generators in? Quantum chests. Not. That'll be it. The HPCA computation components. That will be it. Alright, and then we just have warp engines. Are we going to have the stuff that we need to make a warp engine? Oh, crystal matrix plates? Oh, this is going to be a rabbit hole, isn't it? This is absolutely going to be a rabbit hole. Yeah, I was looking at them earlier. Oh, that's going to be a ball ache. I was looking at them earlier thinking, oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass to do, but we won't have to do it till a little bit later. Yeah. Apparently not. Okay. So we can't get to the ruined hulls yet, which would be the nice way to get to this, because in order to get to these, we need the tier 11 microminer. So that's not an option yet. The only option we have, I believe, is these. Yeah, don't worry. I've like I say, I've looked at it already. Is the dense matrix meshes, which take a porous matrix mesh. Porous matrix mesh takes liquid nether star and carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes are done in a red or ruby laser engraver with grown nanotube substrates. The grown nanotube substrates take prepared nanotube substrates and acetylene. Prepared nanotube substrate substrates take cobalt nanoparticles and raw nanotube substrates as well as distilled water. These should be easy enough with just cobalt dust. The raw nanotube substrates are a pain in the ass. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm just going to hopefully get your laptop fixed soon. Let's hope so, buddy. There's diamond dust, graphene dust, gold foil. You know, it's actually not that as bad as I thought. It's just a long chain of crafting. There's probably going to be something in here that trips us up, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, I'm pretty sure we should have cobalt already. Yeah, we've got 32,000 cobalt dust. I feel like we might actually need to increase the amount of cobalt storage we have, because I have a feeling that is full and has been voiding cobalt. Not that we get a great deal of cobalt in anyway. We haven't needed to, but I love the fact that there's not even anything in here to say that there's this big-ass crafting chain. Alright, enjoy the lurk, Zodo. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's nothing in the quest book to show that you've got this long-ass crafting chain to go down. All you've got to do with Crystal Matrix is in here. I don't think we've got anything else anywhere else that mentions it. Right, raw, nanotube substrate, so we've got those. Let's do all, just make sure each of these steps works as we go. And Birdie redeeming first, only an hour and 36 minutes into the stream. How long is this recipe? Is this a long recipe or... No. So why are you not working? Did I not have a cleaning hatch on there? I'm possibly, yeah, I have a clean room hatch on there. And the hydrate as well. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Oh, that's the problem. Shit. The dual hatch is not big enough for everything. Okay, I knew we were going to run into some problems here. Okay. Can handle gases. Oh, wait, it's got... Wait. Oh, it had oil in it. Okay. I'm going to say, why can we not do that? Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to upgrade the dual hatch then. Pretty sure we can do that. I guess we could use that. We could do that as a pattern buffer. As a pattern buffer. Yeah, we could do a pattern buffer, but I don't know if we really need to. This is going to be a pain in my ass, isn't it? I still haven't got glass auto crafting, by the way. I've been meaning to do that for ages, and I have not done it yet. We've just had enough left over from previously. Non-opal iridium item pipes. That's going to be fun. Thankfully, we have plenty of iridium. Right, and this goes in circuit 1. How can you forget glass? Because I haven't needed it. Like, I had it being made as kind of a byproduct of something else earlier, and we had about 120,000 of it stored up, and I've still got over 100,000. I haven't needed it. Ah, it's an Aquila alloy taking time. Oh, shit. Americium's built up pretty quickly. Nice. Berkelium is still going incredibly slowly. Oh, hang on. And there's my ZPM hatch. I was going to go off and do something else while I was waiting. But we are fine. What would need it for 82? There's not a huge amount that would actually need it. Right, now we can try it. Right. Raw nanotube. Thingamawatsits. There we go. That's more like it. Right, the cobalts. Nanoparticles. The research station is making research for the entire cluster, for the energy cluster. You have the required items in the inventory, and you produce the required computation work units, but it's not doing anything. Is this the... Oh, why are you not working? Hold on. Oh, right, I know. Ah, yeah. Bear with me a second. Ah, I've already got a set PM energy hatch. We'll use that. But yeah, I'm unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be much help because I don't really know too much about it. Like this playthrough is my first time actually even using the research system. Last time I played through to the end game of anything GregTech related, it wasn't a thing. So I'm still getting used to the whole thing myself. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to help a huge amount. There we go. Cobalt nanoparticles. I don't know why I'm putting them in my inventory. I don't need them. Requires a clean room. Does have a cleaning hatch on it. Good. One thing I have found out that in newer versions, it might just be that it's different in for Monifactory. I'm not sure, but in later versions, or at least in the latest updates of GregTech Modern, you can't get to the cleaning maintenance hatches until UV at the earliest, which is horrible. Do I have... I do. I was going to say, do I have the right energy hatch in there? Right. Acetylene is something we don't have. Your entire research station and cable is glitched. Fun. How did you manage to do that? Right, do we need acetylene for much else here? No, literally just this. So we may as well make this requestable. We're probably going to need somewhere for the calcium hydroxide as well. I don't know if we need this for anything later on. Calcium ferrocyanide dust. But we are going to need to have some storage for calcium hydroxide. Right. Calcium hydroxide dust. And then we shouldn't have a huge amount of, if any, of the acetylene left over, so we should be fine. We do need calcium carbide for it, though, which I'm assuming is just... Oh. Okay. That's actually a bit of a pain in the ass. Cables are grey and the hatches from the research station are transparent. Oh. Have you tried turning it off and on again? That is my best suggestion. Or reloading the world. Okay, so we should be able to do this. Do we have quicklime? We do not have a lot of quicklime. Where the hell do we get quicklime from? Oh, from calcium hydroxide. Okay, so this is basically just kind of a loop then. So if we autoclave the calcium hydroxide, that gives us water and the quicklime back. Okay. Survive, but not much more. Did you get your bread? That's the important bit. Has to be awkward, doesn't it? I think I am just gonna automatically have somewhere I'm gonna automatically output the calcium hydroxide just into a single, like into an autoclave somewhere within all the passive crafting stuff. That way we can just turn it straight back into the quicklime. Should be fine though. Do I have? I don't think I have a fluid output on my request EBFs at this point. I do not. And I don't really have an easy way of putting one on. Ah, that's awkward. Without completely redoing this. This is actually very awkward. I knew this thing was going to bite me in the ass later. You did get everything unsold out this time? That's good. Yeah, what I need to do at the moment is get a fluid output hatch in here. But we need a fluid output hatch on both of these, on all of these. I could put one in here and then run a cable all the way up to the top, but that's going to look ugly as hell. But there's no other way that I can get one in from all four of these without completely redoing the whole thing. Because this is massively in the way. And I haven't really got a way of doing anything about that. I can't get anything in there. I don't want to do an entirely separate EBF just for this. And without a... Hey, Reese. How you doing? I don't know how I'm going to do this without it looking ugly. I don't need to redo this, though. That's the thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm a moron. I don't even use that bloody thing anymore. I use this. And we have plenty of places for an output hatch on this. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, we've got plenty of places for an output hatch on here. I did not. I've been playing in well, I actually haven't touched it in a few weeks, honestly. I've had other things on my mind, but You can, but there's not. Basically, I have got patterns for pretty much all the ingots as well, but I've also still got stuff passive crafted as well. Like, with a lot of things, you may as well keep it passively crafting as well, because, again, it's one of those things that saves you having to wait around. Anyway, right. We're supposed to be making the recipe for this. We'll do it on just on circuit one. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't need a circuit. So if we say calcium carbide, shouldn't take long. Yeah, there we go. We are going to need to send the what's this stuff called? What is it again? The calcium hydroxide out into an autoclave to turn it back into quicklime, though. I think. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going to put this, however. Because we don't have a huge amount of space here. I don't even remember what half of this stuff's doing now. Oh, that's giving, that's making tin. That's making coal dust. I don't know what the where the hell am I going to put this? I can get rid of pretty much all of this at this point. Or the majority of it. Is there anywhere else I can put this? I can put it over here, I guess, for the time being, but... Or we can put it down here. This will do. And we'll keep this nice and simple. Wait, we don't need pumperized, do I? We need covered cable. Although we are going to have to bring this up there as well, so we can actually power this thing. I'll just take the calcium hydroxide. We're the robot arm. Actually, we don't even need a robot arm for this, do we? Just a conveyor is fine. And honestly, just the ULV one will work. So I'll import that. That should import, although I do still want to filter it, just to make sure it doesn't try and pull in the quicklime. Oh, actually, if it's only doing 2 items a second, and it takes 3 to do that, it's going to take 2 seconds to actually import. Okay, maybe we do want to do a slightly better conveyor. One that can at least get the whole recipe in there as in one go. MV will be fine. Okay, and then we just need to auto output to the bottom, and that should be fine. Okay, right. So that means we should be able to make the acetylene now. Although, I am going to make it so we have acetylene as the main output. since that's what we actually need out of it. And then... do I even have an arc furnace? Hey, Kaz. How's it going? I don't even have an arc furnace. I was going to make it a multi-block arc furnace. Let's do that now. Because we can use this to make glass as well, and then we don't even need to worry about passively crafting it. What else do we need for this? Lots of stuff. High temperature smelting casings. Molybdenum disilicide coils. Okay, that's actually a bit of a pain in the ass. Oh god, what's happened now, Kaz? Right, these are going to be a pain. Well, possibly. Probably not. We just haven't got a recipe for them yet. That's actually not as bad as I thought. Although nothing in there at the moment is... do we actually have available? Oh, that's actually really... oh, no, that's actually... no, it's not too bad. Never mind. I was going to say, that's actually a real pain in the ass, but it's actually not too bad. This is going against my whole... I tend not to make or I automate things that I'm only going to need once. But with this, I don't know if I'm going to need these more than once or not. We might need more than one of the multi-block arc furnaces. Alright. And this gets made... where? Assembler. Right, how many do we need? 6. Should be easy enough. Just some artists saying that a smaller artist copied her design when it was not copied at all. Give an idea, it would be like you saying On the Mars to the Sky is copying Project Ozone, though they are nothing alike. I mean, but they are. They're both Skyblocks, so clearly they're copying you, Kaz. Because you were absolutely the first person to make a Skyblock. Yeah, I think I get the general idea. So it was kind of... it's got something on a similar but somewhat generic kind of theme that's... could be used in pretty much any kind of VTuber situation, I guess. And they're just claiming that they've copied them, even though it's just a kind of a generic idea kind of thing. Is that the general gist of it? Yeah, that's... some people just like to have drama for the sake of having drama, though. That's pretty much seems to be it. Like, people just want to want there to be drama. Right, what do I have in the way of energy hatches? LUV energy hatch will do for this. How much space does this thing take up? Is it 5 by 5 roughly? Yeah. don't know why I put that so far over there. I think there was something else I was planning on putting in there, and I can't remember what. All right, so what's... Where does this go? Okay. Kind of a weird layout for this. All right. So, parallel hatch, maintenance hatch. Right, do I need anything else in here that I'm not currently... having in my inventory? Import hatch? Well, we don't need an import hatch, we just need a stocking bus, or stocking hatch, rather. No, I don't think... Oh, it needs a muffler hatch on the top. Okay. Which we thankfully already have one. We've got a stocking hatch. We are going to need an input bus. An HV one should be fine. Where have I put the rest of the things? I think we actually want to move that probably over to there. And then we do the input bus there and stocking hatch there. Other than that, it should just be a case of fill in the blanks. There we go. Make sure that's pointing in. All right, and then we bring ME cable over here. Like that. And grab pattern provider. And we should be good. Oh, and peer-to-peer. What are we doing? LUV. Yeah, productive bees are slightly broken for nitro crystals. Because like even with when you have them with mystical agriculture, you didn't need to have you needed to have a nether star for each lot of them. Whereas productive bees, you don't need anything. You just like once you've got them set up and that's it. They're sorted. It's kind of broken. Right, multi-block arc furnace. We need you to stock oxygen. Perfect. That is not the right thing. There we go. Okay, right. So that should be fine. Funny thing is, the artist's model design looks more similar to another really big VTuber. It's kind of like the whole kind of shouldn't throw rocks in greenhouses kind of thing. Like, if you are in a situation where what you're complaining about, you're essentially doing the same thing you're complaining about, don't complain about it publicly. The nitro bead, they are a little bit of a pain to get to. Not massively though, I wouldn't have said. And I've just realized that this is actually a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm going to have to do this as a dual input hatch. We should just be able to use this though, I think. Because this doesn't use oxygen. All right. Oh, since we're over here, just put it into there. Right, so grown nanotube substrate is what we're hoping to actually have work for us. I put an HV input bus on there, not the fucking dual hatch. I just put the input. I'm a muppet. Although that is still not working. Acetylene prepared. Everything's in there. Is it because there's oxygen in there as well? Doesn't require a clean room. It shouldn't do. It's got a muffler hatch on it. Castmate. Hey, nice. Why are you not working? Acetylene, prepared nanotube. Oh. You're not working because I'm a moron. I guess we put it here. I didn't put an output bus on it. There we go. That's better. All right, so we should be able to keep oxygen in here. Still, then that was not the issue. I just hadn't given it anywhere to go. Okay, and then from there we need this. I'm assuming I have a ruby. That can be done with a ruby one, right? Ruby or red? Yeah. Okay, so that can go in there. So in carbon nanotubes. Perfect. And from there, we need to put it into a chemical bath with liquid nether stars. So we need a recipe for liquid nether stars, first of all. And then we need chemical bath recipe. I'm assuming that just the liquid nether stars were just done in an extractor. Which I'm going to need a new input for soon. And what's this done? Chemical bath. Right, so this is porous matrix mesh. Off you go to do life stuff. All right, no worries, buddy. Take care of yourself. Right, are you working? We do need LUV and we do need a clean room thing. So I have a feeling I don't have a good enough energy hatch on here at the moment. Yeah, we've only got enough for IV. All right. Oh my god. Learn to type, Chad. Hey, Booley. How you doing? Okay, why are you... Oh, right. Because you actually don't have anywhere to go, do you? Okay, so we're going to need a dual hatch again. Not bad. It's not bad. Me, I'm doing okay. All things considered. Come on. We're going to leave that going. There we go. All right. Now why are you not fucking working? You've got your liquid nether star and your carbon nanotubes. Oh, because you require a clean room, don't you? So needy this thing is. Jesus. Hey, Freefall. There we go. That's better. Now it's stopped being quite so needy. There we go. And that gives us our porous matrix mesh. Then we need to put that into a compressor. I'm not going to have a compressor, am I? I'm pretty sure I won't have a compressor. No, I didn't think so. I'm not making a multi-block compressor. I'm pretty sure we don't need a multi-block compressor. I'm hoping that we can get to a better way of doing this soon. We don't need a multi-block compressor. We literally... The fact that we don't have a compressor at all at this point means that we haven't needed a compressor. For anything. So there's no point in taking up... I'm guessing it's going to be at least a 5x3 area. Oh no, 3x what, 7 area? There's no point in taking up a 3x7 area. If we start needing it later, I'll rethink that, but as of right now, there's no point in making a multi-block. Like I say, we may well need it later, but we will see then. Alright. It's more, the main thing that I can't be bothered to do with it, Incredo, is I can't be bothered to find a place to put it. That's the real trouble. I can't be bothered to try and find somewhere that it's going to fit and I'm going to be able to make it work aesthetically. With a single block machine, it's very easy to do that. With a multi-block, though, it's a bit more of a pain. A single block machine, stick it on top of there, and we're done. No, I know you were. I feel like my kind of humor doesn't always come across, or my kind of comprehension of humor, because I tend to be very deadpan. I don't kind of have much inflection when I say stuff when I'm being sarcastic. It's very difficult to tell my sarcastic voice from my my non-sarcastic voice. I mean, that's partially at least because I do spend about 90% of my time being sarcastic, but it's not always easy to tell. We did make it LUV, right? I can't believe they've got rid of this, by the way, the ability to underclock machines. I can't believe they got rid of that. That was the wrong one. I'm so fucking annoyed that they did that. Right, dense matrix mesh. It's very much a second. Well, it's the first language for me, honestly. Yeah, I don't understand the need. Like, I saw a few things in the Discord saying that. Oh wait, hold on. Saying that, like, why would anybody use that feature? Like, I don't understand why anyone would use that feature. It's like, I use it all the time. It helps to keep things neat and tidy. Like, you don't always need something running the fastest it can possibly run. Like, if you have a bunch of HV machines that are running, doing things at the speed you want, but then you've got just one part of the process of that kind of the entire process that you only need to run at LV to make it run at the right speed, then it's easier to put in an extra HV machine and then underclock it to LV because you don't have to worry about transformers and snaking wires around each other and fucking around with that. You can just have everything in a nice line and then just underclock one of them to LV. And you'll use less power, it will be more efficient, and it will just look nicer. I should very much be done with the Greg Star by then anyway, Chloe. I've still got quite a ways to go, but I am very much on my way. Wait, hold on. That's what we're making at the moment. That needs Krypton. Is that the way it should be done, Reese? I've been doing it wrong all this time. That mindset, though, is exactly why so many people run into power issues. In Greg Tech. There's a whole everything must be upgraded to the highest tier possible. It's like, you don't need it though, and all you're doing is wasting more and more power. Ah, that'll be what I'm doing wrong as well. Wait, does this need a circuit? No. You can go in there. Right, let's see. I imagine I'm going to run into some problems here with this. The fact that... Nope, we're not. Okay, there we go. We can make crystal matrix ingots now. Perfect. Okay, so that was an ordeal. We need those. Did I move the warp thing down there? I did. Okay, good. Yeah, the reason we needed those was in order to make this... Where everything else was, except for the microversium frames, was already craftable. Oh, and fluxed thrusters. I need to do those, recipe for those, recipe for those, and recipe for those. It's not though, Reese. It's you're doubling the amount of EU you use. Each upgrade, each time you go up a tier, yeah. Unless in some very specific situations, Reese. Because when you overclock something, a recipe, it doubles the speed but quadruples the power usage. Yeah, a perfect overclock, but most things don't give a perfect overclock. The only things that give perfect overclocks are LCRs, always give perfect overclocks, and EBFs under certain conditions, and I think there's a couple of other ones. But the thing is, how many things are you putting through LCRs and EBFs? Like, only literally just those two things perfectly overclock. Everything else is an imperfect overclock. Where each time you overclock it, each recipe tier you overclock, you are doubling the speed, but quadrupling the power usage. So you are doubling the power usage essentially for each recipe. Each time you overclock it. It's just a surefire way to run out of power really easily. But it just seems to come to that that whole everything must be done as fast as possible. And it's like, okay, you go ahead and do that. I'll just sit here and not have power issues. Oh, excluding perfect overclocks. Oh right, yeah. Sorry, no, yeah. Sorry, that was on me, Reese. I missed the message before. So yeah. Yeah, you are correct. Perfect overclocks, but they are very, very few situations where you will have that. So it's generally not something you should really consider when kind of upgrading stuff. But then everyone plays their own way. I ran out of space in my lathe. I guess we're shifting over to the other one. But yeah, it's something I see all the time. Is like as people go through, they'll just like upgrade everything as they go, and it frustrates me greatly. Wait, actually, I should probably get the other. I should probably get this done first. Right, all those are already craftable, but we still need. Oh god, this is actually going to be another rabbit hole, isn't it? Don't be another rabbit hole. Wait, where are these being? Where are the glowstone elevation? Those are being made in a canner. Will these work in a canner? They fucking best do. Got that. And then we need the fused quartz. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna leave this in the multi-smelter. Oh, actually, I don't think I can leave it in the. I don't know if I can leave it in the multi-smelter. It should be fine, right? There's nothing else that's gonna go into there that's gonna turn into blocks. Well, it might do if I put it in that one. That's the alloy smelter. There's nothing else in here that's going to cause issues if it goes into blocks, right? So platinum dust, beryllium dust. Iron ingot going into wrought iron might cause problems, but I can't imagine we need that much wrought iron anymore. I think I'm just going to... For the time being, we'll have to set up a separate thing for this later, but for right now, I'm just going to do... Oh, wait, because it does have to... It is the alloy smelter. I had it in the right place in the first fucking place. It does have to be an alloy smelter. Which means this would be even more of a problem if I were to leave that in there. Yeah, okay, let's... Let's just get a bunch of fused quartz. It's because you turned it off and on again. That's what it is. Well, that'll do for now. Alright, so those are made just in a crafting table. I'm gonna run out of frickin' space. Right, you can go in there. Are you actually going to work, though, is the question? Yes, you are. Perfect. And then we just need to do the flux-infused plating. Which I know this is going to be more of a pain than I imagine, but... Oh, maybe not. At least not for the time being. How many more slots do we have? One more after this. Actually, none more. Make sure this works. It does. Beautiful. Right. Now I've got to remember what exactly I'm going to need to do, because I'm going to need to do this now before I forget. What do we actually need? We just need another... 2, 4, 6, 10? Pattern providers? No, that should give us plenty. Time to craft tier 10 microminer. Have fun with that. I'm still trying to get the bloody tier 7. Though we should have that after we've got this. Well, actually, we could make it now, but I want to get this done first. Right, so what I need is this. Oh, shit, because they're just pattern peer-to-peers, aren't they? They're not multi-peer-to-peers. Whoops-a-daisy. Right, which one of these... Okay. I probably could keep that in my offhand while I do this, but I don't want to even potentially run into any issues. There we go, right. That should see us through, hopefully, until the end of the pack. Do you know why ME pattern buffers don't accept items that are in different input buses, but accept fluids? So this case when you compare. Do you have distinct buses set up on any of them? Not that that should make a difference. Oh no, they're ME pattern buffers. They don't have distinct buses, do they? I'm not sure then. I have had issues with using... I did have issues with pattern buffers and the fluid solidifier. In that it wouldn't respect the items that were... Like with the ME pattern... Hang on. Do I have a pattern buffer in here? Yeah, with the ME pattern buffers, there's a slot you're supposed to be able to use in here to say... this is shared between all, like, any of the patterns in here, basically. Only it doesn't work. And I'd have, like, an ingot mold in there. But it would use a mold from a different pattern buffer. So, like, there's... I don't think I'll be making use of pattern buffers a huge amount. They seem to be a little bit funky in how they work, and they don't always work the way you expect them to. At least that's been my experience. I have run out of space for in my ass line. Right, warp engines. How many do we need? 4. Are you gonna work? You should do. Hey, Panda. But yeah, they seem a little weird in the way that they work. So I would generally, I think if I'm going to use them, I'm just going to use them in situations where you're not going to run into that issue, where they've literally only got like that one input essentially, and there's no different fluids being used that aren't being put into the same into the pattern buffer. But I can't see too many situations where it's going to be massively useful. Right, hopefully this is going to craft without any issues. I do love that nice pink glow. Let's go and bathe in the nice pink glow. There we go. It's my nice pink chemical bath. Alright. How are we doing for almond bean? 738. That wasn't too bad, actually. Wait, I'm still not making enough. Oh no, I am making enough. I was gonna say, am I somehow still not making enough, But I am. I've got plenty of thorium as well. Right. What are we waiting on at the minute? We're still waiting on the quantum stars. Those things take forever. Like 96 seconds at HV. I think we've got it running at I think we've got it running at ZPM at the minute, which would take it down to 6 seconds. No, we've only got it running at LUV, so it's still 12 seconds per one of those. And we need how many? Still got another 28 to go. Well, it is actually perfect timing because I do need to go and take a short break. If you guys have been sat down for a little while yourselves, I do suggest you do the same thing. Just get up, wander around, use the bathroom, whatever you got to do. Don't go too far, though, because I will be back in just a couple of minutes. I am going to run some ads during the break. I'll only ever run these during the break, though, so you shouldn't miss anything. But I will see you guys in just a moment. All right, everybody, I'm back. Thank you all for sticking around during that break. I do greatly appreciate it. All right, we have nothing yet. We're still waiting on the crystal matrix ingot. God damn it. Wait, so which bit's actually... Yeah, this is slow going. But thankfully we only need to do this once, at least for now. Okay, so that's not... Where are we in the process right now? porous matrix mesh. Ah, are we still waiting for the chemical bath? Oh, too far. Yes, we are still waiting on the chemical bath. Hey, now we're getting through them. When I watch the tier 10 microminer, it takes 150 seconds and UHV ass lines. Ouch. That's quite a long time. Could be worse, though. Alright. More glowy shits. Okay, so 2 of the warp engines are now crafting, at least. In here, hopefully. Oh, one's still crafting. Hey, there we go. They're taking their time, but they are basically done. And then once we've got those, we should have the LUV field generators. Yeah, there we go. Right, the other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have these request craftable again, I think. And then we're going to have to set up another assembler for repairing these. So let's get that going now as well. We've got 3 out of the 4. Just waiting on the last one, and then we're good. Come on. There we go. Took a while, but we got there. And there we go. Cryolobus plated micro warden hunter. Perfect. Okay. Right, and that can actually go back into our ME system again. Which waiting on the assembler. Which should be done in any minute now. Hopefully. And then what do we actually need from this thing? Please tell me there's only one thing we really need to do with this at the moment. I think this is the one we need for now. So I think we need the Warden Hearts. The rest of it I don't think matters too much. Like, these don't really make a huge amount of difference. But we need to do the same thing that we've done over here, basically, and have... I think we need a couple of interfaces. But in order to repair this, we need soldering alloy. And then we need all of this stuff craftable. Which it all is. So we just need to do that and that. And also grab one of those to give this thing some power. Go. Now, this is going to be a pain, isn't it? Because, oh no, we only need 8 items. That's fine. That's okay. Technically 7 items, but... Right, we need a crafting card again. Still not happy about using crafting cards, but... it is the best way to do this. Alright, we're gonna need a robot arm. And a filter. Get a massage so you don't get a headache. I always have headaches anyway. Right, so we need to make sure there is always... Oh, hang on. No, it's going to give us the right numbers. Perfect. 2 of those, 2 of those. 1 of those, 1 of those. 1 of those, 1 of those in there, plus 1 of those. That should be the right numbers for everything, right? Yep. Plus 252 millibuckets of soldering alloy, although the soldering alloy we're not going to limit. I do wish I had a little bit more space in here, though. Because I need to get... I need more... I could really do with more of these. We don't have the space here anymore. I'm going to have to... And there's like... I guess we could move some of it down there. I want to leave the whole of that side for assembly lines if we need them. And then this was going to be for the final tier of Microminer, but I might have to make another one of these in its place. But anyway, yeah, the next thing we need here is Warden Hearts. So Warden Hearts are needed for both Cryococcus and the Ultimate Material. So yeah, we need the Warden Hearts. They're going to be requestable for now. That's not right. I put the wrong thing in here, didn't I? We don't need that. We need that. No. That. Oh, right. Well, that gets output, and then we need... We didn't need the warp engines in there, right? We do need the warp engines, of course we do. So... It's just one warp engine though, right? Yes, good. Alright. One warp engine. 2 of those. 2 of those. 1 of those. 1 of those. And 1 of those. I'm missing something here. What am I missing? There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 8 items. We've only got 7. What am I missing? What have I missed? Oh, I missed the, I missed that. Right, so this should keep everything in stock for that, and then that will just allow this to cycle back round. Tier 10 Microminer required. GG. Alright, so Warden Hearts. Oh, I'm going to need... I haven't got dilithium. Oh, we're going to need to get dilithium before we can do this. Oh, what about deep dark data? Do I have deep dark data as well? Ew. There's a bunch of things I don't think we have. Yeah, we haven't got deep dark data at the moment either. Alright, so what do we still need then? Deep dark data we can get from... We're going to have to do more Warden predictions, I guess, for that. For the time being, at least. So we're going to need more Warden data models. Dilithium we also don't have yet. So we're going to have to figure out the dilithium too. But we're going to need... We'll just do another 4 of these for now. Right, where's the rest of it? It's over here. Another 3 simulation chambers. Right, now the fun bit is we've got to make sure I have, because it's been a while since I've set this up, I'm going to need to remember how the hell we do this. This needs to be for the warden prediction, but we need to make sure it is on channel 2. And that needs to extract from channel 2. And then I just need to clone all of those. And copy them into here. Right. We're going to need storage for the warden. Sorry, the deep dark data model. Oh, sorry, the deep dark data. I get the names right. All right. Put these away again. Wrap those. There we go. Okay. And hopefully we shouldn't... Oh, perfect. It's there already. If we grab that and put that in there. All right. So that should start getting us some deep dark data. No, you can't. Unless it's changed in all the mods 10 to the sky from all the mods 10 and every other version, no, you unfortunately cannot. It would be very nice if you could, though. Right, dilithium. I'm assuming dilithium... Where are we going to get dilithium from? Because we literally have none right now. I know there are some microminer missions we can use to get dilithium. But do we want to go through that method? Or do we want to go and find veins on Venus or the moon? I feel like Venus... We'll check Venus and the moon for them. There was a weird thing, though, where it wouldn't... This is still going. It wouldn't use up the if you had a gene from them that wasn't 100%, it wouldn't use up the gene, but I think they fixed that. I think that got fixed. I could be wrong, but I think that got fixed. Do I want to leave this going for the last tiny little bit? I don't think I do. Actually, you know what? We'll leave it going, and then we'll just go and see if we can find... Wait, we're already on Venus, aren't we? Wait, no, we're on Mercury. Right. Oh. Yeah, they, I think they unfortunately fixed it. Right, was I on Mercury? I feel like I was... Yeah, it's definitely different atmosphere here. Alright, we need... dilithium. There is no dilithium there. I have a feeling the moon might be a better place for this. But we'll fly around a little bit. Oh, can I make a LUV prospector? Ooh, it might be worth making... You know what? I'm going to go make an LUV prospector. Come on. Don't be like that. Thank you. Now we just got to wait on everything else. Don't breathe cold. No, I hear air is and oxygen is a much better substitute for cola. Oh, come on. We're going to be here for bloody ever, aren't we? Well, that shouldn't be too bad. Those will work. There is, but there's also a whole lot of extras in there as well. Which are probably less beneficial than the oxygen. There we go. All right. Now we just got to charge this thing. Ah, we can't charge this in here, can we? Ah. Gonna have to do it in there. I could make an LUV charger, I guess, but that'll have to do for now. Is that? Oh, I'm guessing that won't charge higher tier items either. Maybe it's worth making an LUV charger. I don't think we need a recipe for that, though. This is going to take forever. Does that even have any... That does have any... See, look how much wider an area we get with this. And apparently we get a little flashing light on it as well. I'm assuming that's... you've not got enough energy for this light. Okay, yeah, that's gonna take a while. It might be worth making... one of these as well, is just to keep on us for energy requirements. So if we'll make another one of those as well. Okay, let's just go back to where we were and on Venus and see if we can find a vein.
Huh? Where am I?
I ask myself that question every day. No idea. You are here, I guess. Omega, thank you so much for the 2 months with the Prime sub there. Can we get some love and hearts in chat? How are you doing, Omega? Aside from confused by the sounds of it, which I can very much relate to. Hopefully you are good. Also, what's your IGN so we can put you onto the sub wall? Because I am terrible and cannot remember what your IGN is. More tired than anything? Yeah, I can very much relate to that. Hopefully you managed to get some rest, though. Is that you? Did I spell that right? I think I spelled that right. Awesome. There we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, where were we? We were looking for dilithium, which is a little bit here, as well as a whole bunch of lepidolite and a whole bunch of other things. But this looks to be where we want to set up the miner. So we'll set a temporary home point there. We'll go back over to the miner over here, which will probably still not be quite finished, but honestly, I think we can live with that. Oh, before I forget, let me turn off that. Oh, jeez. I'm falling. And then we've just got to set this up somewhere on here. That's where I wanted that. Is there anything on here that I'm going to need to worry about in terms of kind of clogging up our ME system? What do we actually have in these 3x3 chunks? Lepidolite, spodumene? I'm pretty sure we've already got that dealt with. I think all of this we should be fine with. Just the dilithium, if there's any byproducts from that. Lithium, oh, just lithium dust. Okay, that's fine. That should be no problem then. If we set you up. You're going to get to a whole bunch of stuff before you get to dilithium, aren't you? We might not get to do this today, unfortunately. we go. Anyway, that should hopefully, fingers crossed, start getting us some dilithium. Let's charge that up in there as well. We need dilithium. I wonder if it's worth just going and manually mining some. Like heading over to the moon and just manually mining some for now. I think I can get rid of all of this from here. Yeah, let's just go and manually mine a little bit on the moon. Let's take that with us. You can go away in there now. You aren't needed anymore. You've got a much bigger brother. And much better brother as well. Wait, created... Wait, what? Why did I create a waypoint there? I did not mean to create a waypoint there. I don't think I need that either. Wait, hang on. Jeez, planet. Let's just see if there's anywhere close by on the moon. See, it's only available in, like, tiny quantities. I'm assuming it'll be roughly around here. Yeah. That's nether quartz, Certus quartz. Yeah, there's a little bit of dilithium in there. We'll just manually mine a little bit for now. Which thankfully it does generate in kind of strips like this, which is good. We can just get a little bit. We can at least get our first few missions sent off. How much we got? 4.5-ish stacks. Is that going to be enough? Probably. Maybe. I don't actually know what the processing chain's like for this. So we got 4 of those. Ooh. Do we go... I wonder, are we going to be better off processing this into... like putting this through this all processing setup and going through the sifter, or are we going to be better off going here and autoclaving? I think probably autoclaving. It gets us more, but it's also a bit more of a pain in the ass to do. But autoclaving would get us more. I don't know, let's go home for now. Just process what we have. Let's put a... Let's see how much we get out of it. If we put a stack of dilithium in there, and we'll, for the time being, we'll send it into here. And we'll just see what we get out of this one stack. So I think we could get 4 stacks of dilithium crystals out of... Actually, come to think of it, this might be the better way of doing it, now that I think about it. Oh, we are getting some of the actual dilithium in now as well. This might be a better way. No, think about it. So the purified parts of dilithium, we can centrifuge those into just dilithium dust anyway. So have we gone through the entire? Have we gone through that entire stack already? I think we have, right? No, not quite. You are still processing because you are slow as hell. But we've also got to bear in mind that the flawless dilithium can be turned into 2 dilithium crystals, and the exquisite can be turned into 4 dilithium crystals. So those can be turned into 2, those can be turned into 4. And each of those can be turned into 1 crystal as well. So if we get more than 4 stacks out of this from the 1 stack we've put through, this will be the better way of doing it. I have a feeling we're not going to, though. Although we are still going. I think I do want... Oh, this is another thing that's been removed in... I think we're going to have to leave this going for now, but I will change this parallel hatch in a minute. But this is another thing that's been removed in the latest version of GregTech. You can no longer pause machines in the middle of a recipe. If you turn the machine off, it will finish processing the recipe that it's processing and then stop. Rather than like this, where you can just pause it mid-recipe. It's not that bad of a thing, really, but... it's just a little bit annoying. How is that? The warp engine has got a 21% chance of being used up. That's an incredibly high chance for how expensive that thing is. You know what? I think this is actually going to be the better way of doing it in the long run. Because we've already got like 2 stacks near enough there, plus another 3 near enough there. So yeah, I think we are going to be better off just putting it through there, through here. Because yeah, we actually got exactly 2 stacks of dilithium crystals. Plus another, what, 76 from those, plus another nearly 60 from that. Yeah, so we're getting a decent amount out of that. So let's process it that way. And then we'll put the dilithium into there. And that will start processing that for a little bit more dilithium. Okay, perfect. Right, we should have everything that we need. We've got a little bit of deep dark data, not a huge amount. Would you stop doing that, please? We need 12 for each one of these, though. If we just send 2 of them off for now, that should be enough. But what we need to do is we're going to remove every other output from there, except for the Warden Heart, which is what we want. And we remove that and replace it with that. And then we chuck that into there. And then redo the recipe because I messed it up. It needs to be that. How many do we get from each? 8. So if we request, say, we'll just request 10. They should run 2 of these. But we'll should run 1, which it's doing now. Then it should output to here, which we're going to have to make sure we get it to auto output again. It should output the micro miner into here once it's finished. What else do we need storage for? We've already got it for the catalyst, warden tendrils. We just need it for the warden heart. Or hot. So if we do a 4K one for now, that should be plenty. And what's that from? Money Labs. Now, hopefully, that should give us everything we need, as well as a bunch more warden tendrils and sculpt catalysts, which is nice. What I'm actually tempted to do is, I think I want to make it so we've got... I guess we're always going to have 2 of these in stock, like, rather than just 1. So, like, no matter how long they take, we should be fine, at least for now. And once we've got this, we do need to look at the discharger as well. We'll do that tomorrow, though, I think. It's actually not that bad to make. I don't know about the rest of the... electrolytic cells should be fine. Laminated glass should be fine. Cryolobus casing, I don't think it's going to be a problem. What do we even need this thing for? Oh, we actually need this for making the cryococcus. Blocks. Who came up with that bloody name, anyway? And those are used to make abyssal energy cores. We haven't got any Einsteinium yet, either. Which is a bit of a problem. Well, actually, it's not really a problem, but... Once we've got this, I think I do want to start looking at the wetware circuits next. I think that's the next thing we probably need to think about. And getting our sterilized filter casings. And then bacterial sludge. I think this is what we need to look at tomorrow. We've got this set up, so we've got this in such a way that we can now request it as needed.
When we hit 100, do I get a placard on your desk?
I mean, how do you know you haven't already got one, V? But V, thank you so much for 86 months. That is a long-ass time. How are you doing, V? How's the training going? There we go. V, standing on Kaz's head, just about. There you go. Thank you so much, man. As always, massively appreciated. How'd you go about automating recursive crafts weight with A2? You're trying to use the requester to keep some smithing templates in stock, but it keeps giving out. Oh, God. It's a pain in the ass. If you have advanced AE set up, the requester style block that I can't for the life of me remember the name of in that will allow you to do it. if you have access to that. Still not there. You've been a child of not doing burpees, which you need to do. What? Any particular reason for not doing them? Okay, you're not working. Why are you not working? You've got power. You've got everything you need. Why are you... You haven't got everything you need. What the fuck are you missing? What are you missing? One of these things I've not put in here. What is it? Guidance systems there. Lasers are there. That's there. The bathyl core is there. 2 of those are there. What if I'm... Oh, the fucking warp engine. Oops. There we go. And that'll start making another warp engine for us. Quantum Crafter, that's the one. Thank you, Reese. Yeah, that's the way I would do it. There is a thing... there is a way of doing it that's a very convoluted way of doing it. There's actually a diagram, I think. Oh, can we see the guides in here? There is a recursive crafting setup they use that just... Honestly, I looked at it and it confused me. I can't remember where it was. But there was a way they had of recursively crafting things like that and making them request craftable. Yeah, that's what I tend to do, Reese. I usually make about 5 or 6 stacks and I've yet to run out of them. Middle-ish in that tab I was in. Interface auto stocking? Oh, recursive crafting, there we go, yeah. Yeah, this. Like, trying to figure out exactly what they... I think basically it's just a case of it sends out the items. Because it sends 2 back, it routes one of those items back into the molecular assembler because it's on a higher priority, and then the other one goes back into the interface. And it's just this whole weird convoluted setup. Are you still going? Holy shit. Oh, I'm guessing it's... Oh, wait, hold on. No, it's still waiting on sending that back. It does take 180 seconds to do, though, so this is not going to be a quick process yet. But we have got our first Warden Hearts, so... Yeah, that's pretty much what I always do. Anything like that, I will always keep one separate, just away from everything else. But yeah, the quantum crafter will be a much better option. That works with recursive crafting. And it shouldn't be too difficult to get to, I don't think. I can't remember without being able to see it. I can't remember the recipe off the top of my head. Are you charged? You are charged, right. So you can go away now as well. I can set you to discharge. And I guess we should probably do something with these. Yeah, it will depend on the pack as well, yeah. I'm pretty sure Life's playing all the mods 10 to the sky, though, so it shouldn't be too different from default. Wait, what was... Oh, I never actually started outputting the dilithium to here, did I? Whoops. Oh, crap. Wait. I don't want to do that yet, do I? I actually haven't got anywhere. I'm not actually storing the rest of these things anywhere, am I? And I need to have somewhere to store them for the time being, so, until we get round to processing them, which is something I need to do fairly soon. Wait, do I have one for dilithium yet? Oh, I haven't even got one for dilithium yet. Okay, let's do a 16k one for the actual dilithium. Hey, Tyler. How you doing? Alright, so we need that, and that. Flawless dilithium. I did that wrong, didn't I? The 16k was meant to be for the regular dilithium. That can be for the flawless. That can be for purified piles of dilithium dust. Oh my god. Why is typing so hard today? And then exquisite dilithium. Alright, so you are still going incredibly slowly, but you are only running at IV still, so that doesn't really matter too much. Alright, let's go and check. Actually, we're in the right place anyway. Yeah, you've been sent back out now for the next one of the missions. Perfect. You have your warp drive, and I'm assuming you're probably still crafting the other warp drive. Yeah. But there we go. That'll give us a few Warden Hearts for when we need them. Right, okay. I don't think there's much else we can get done right now. So I think we're going to call it there. Tomorrow, assuming I stream tomorrow, which I'm hoping to, we'll start working on the sterilizing casings. We do need to make sure we can make plenty of tritanium. We've got quite a bit there already. But I think we are slowly getting berkelium as well. Yeah, we'll call it a day there, I think. It was always going to be a short stream today. I'm still trying to make sure I'm still feeling up to streaming. Please don't do the dying bit, Panda. We kind of like you living. I would much prefer you that way. But do feel better. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow we can come back and we can start working on the sterilizer casings and getting to the wetware circuits. That is the hope. Hey, well, there's the Warden Hearts. So the Warden Hearts do seem like they're working, which is nice. We'll get more deep dark data in as we go. I'll AFK a little bit after the stream, so we can build up a little bit of, so we can get them closer to being self-aware data models. And then hopefully that'll do us for a little while. We'll probably need to expand on that later to kind of improve how quickly we can make the Warden or get the Warden hearts. It might also be an idea to give a little bit more power to the microminer as well. But we'll see. For the time being, thank you everybody for being here. I do massively appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your evening. Thank you to everybody who resubbed, subbed, followed, etc. It's always appreciated. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. And Panda, feel better. All right, guys. I'll see you all soon.